Hello, everybody. Hello. A very, very good afternoon to you all, and welcome back to another live stream here today. I hope everyone is doing well. Sorry, I was all over the place today. Couldn't get my stream time right at all. And also my lights stopped working, so there's no. I'm a bit dark in the face, so yeah, just one of those mornings really. But it's all good. I was actually because of Ramadan, obviously the shorter work hours over here in Dubai, so I wasn't going to be streaming at 5 o'clock like I normally do, which is the US Open for me. I thought I would come on during the European session. However, I do have lots of meetings throughout the day, so I've just been juggling everything around, and I got the time mixed up. So thank you to those who managed to join me, and I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well and had a good couple of days. So hopefully we're going to get some more volatility today. It's been a fairly slow week, I would say, to be honest with you. I'm sure some of you might feel exactly the same thing, but there we go. And I hope everyone is ready for today's giveaway, of course, as always. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to cancel the stream, but actually come on in between meetings. I might have to cut this stream a little bit shorter than usual, just because of the meetings that I've got booked. But yeah, anyway, we'll be giving away $80,000 in Atmos funded challenges as always to my loyal supporters on the stream. So thank you very much for joining. I'll be giving away 60,000 for YouTube, 20,000 for X, and if you check my pinned post on X or on Discord, you'll see all of the rules. But essentially, guys, all of you who are in the chat, essentially all of you in the chat will be able to access or will be put into the live draw. Sorry. So, another reason why it's been a bit of a hectic morning is because normally when the European session opens, I have trades that typically start to place, particularly on my DAX Power Hour strategy. So the European session has really just opened, or it's been open for 1 hour, which basically means my DAX Power Hour strategy is underway. So I've just been tagged into a sell, and I wanted to tell you guys that for full transparency. Just showing you the way that I trade, that's all, as I always do on these streams, just showing you my personal trades and my personal journey. So I'm tagged into a sell on the DAX from the breakout of this range. Not the best breakout in the world, but that's the rules, and that's why we go. That's why we go for it. So I wanted to show you that quickly before I say good morning or good afternoon or good evening to everyone who is watching. So as we watch that trade go through, let me just quickly say hello to everyone on the stream today. Yeah, let's start with Mr. Curtis Dolan 9664. Hello to you. What are my thoughts on Arsenal bottling the league? Superb, isn't it? Absolutely superb. Arsenal drew last night to Wolves, which means the Arsenal bottling the league is well and truly underway, which makes me a very happy man. Sorry to the Arsenal fans in the chat section. Hello to CS Simplified as well. Hope you're doing well. Abid, hello to you. Engineer Bawa, good to see you as well. Frankenstein, good to see you as well, as always. Bikram, good morning from Portugal. Hello to you from Portugal. Hope the weather's nice over there. We got Talis, good to see you. Sorry, not Talis, Tails, good to see you as well. Mohammed, good to see you. Zarab Khan, yesterday you long on gold. Yeah, I got stopped out and then it flew about 100 pips in profit, which is just sums up the week. Levi Trades, good to see you as well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Mev Trades, Ready Black, hello to you, and I hope you're doing well on this Thursday morning or afternoon, wherever it is you are watching from. Forex MS, hello to you as well. Zahid on the stream. We've got Jeanette from Australia. Hello to you, Jeanette, and I hope you are doing well. Yes, always showing up even though I'm packed with time. Yeah, always try and show up to the streams, and I will be doing more of these streams when my mentorship is up and running. Lost Soul 555, hello to you, good to see you. Isolate X, we want to see a big retracement in gold. Yes, we'll have a look at that. Don't forget, Lost Soul, to share analysis on Bitcoin, please. Yes, no problem. I will take a look at Bitcoin and the markets that you want me to take a look at. Who else we got? Helen ET on the stream. Who else have we got? Zash FD. Any Trump speech today? Trump did speak yesterday, or he tweeted or posted on X, whatever you want to call it. So we'll take a look at what he said there. I've actually got that in the agenda for today as well. Games Club 786, welcome back. CEO of world's famous prop firm Atmos funded. I am not the CEO of Atmos, guys, or Forex for that matter. But yeah, good to see you all anyway. Who's that said there? If I fail in trading, then I could find a way in Hollywood movies if trading doesn't work. Nice one, Ready Black. I appreciate that. Not sure if that's true, but there we go. Who else have we got? Today's Red List news. Engineer, yes, we'll take a look at that. Frankenstein, how many pairs do you focus to trade on? Probably 5 or 6. But yes. All right. Let's not waste any more time. Daniel, hello to you as well. I did see you. And my FX note. I'm sorry if I've not said hello to anyone else, but good to see you all. Let's head over to the charts now. Well, not the charts, sorry. Let's head over to the news of the day. Not really, but Donald Trump. The United States trade deficit has been reduced by 78% because of the tariffs being charged to other companies and countries. It will go into positive territory during this year for the first time in many decades. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Why is that important to us? Obviously, Donald Trump speaking, which is important. But he's claiming that the tariffs that he's introduced on other companies and countries is helping the trade deficit in the US. Okay? Now, why is that important for us as traders? Let me explain. I could explain it, but yeah, we have AI to tell us. Moving into a trade surplus essentially means a country is exporting more goods and services than it imports. Okay? It's sending out more goods than it's importing than it's buying. That leads to an increase in the demand for its currency. And that increase in demand can result in an appreciation of the currency's value in the foreign exchange market. So if you believe Trump, if what he said is true, should we expect some more US dollar strength coming through, especially after the FOMC meeting minutes yesterday were what we already knew, but slightly more hawkish in nature, I found, or certainly less dovish. Now, if we head over to TradingView, that's how busy my morning has been because I've not even managed to load the charts properly this morning. If we head over to the DXY, are we starting to see that dollar strength come through? Let's have a look. What's the technicals telling us? Sort of, to be fair. Now, why? Now, if you just go down onto the 4-hour time frame, we spoke about this reaction from the 61.8 last time. Now, if we draw this sort of triangular pattern trend line stuff like this, yeah, and then we draw from the top where this move happened, you could argue that that is a classic break, a classic reversal from a steep trend line, to be fair, steep trend line, triangle pattern within the Fibonacci, so within a sort of a bearish Fibonacci, break out here, test up into this trend line, and now you can see it's acting as support. Now, if I even move this further and put it maybe here, you can still see, if I zoom in, right, the break here and the retest, and then the move higher again. I am wondering whether we are going to start to see a reversal on the US dollar. Now, of course, the US dollar is a little bit under pressure because of the prospect of interest rate cuts later this year. But I think the markets have already sort of priced in 2 or 3 interest rate cuts this year. And if that is all we're going to get, or worse, or less, shall I say, there's room here for the dollar index, which had hit a 4-year low, to see a bounce and a move up towards 100. It could be a fantastic trading opportunity. Could be on the likes of euro dollar and pound dollar for short opportunities, or potentially long on dollar yen. Let me know, chat section. What do you think about that? Do you think that looks good? Let's just, as people reply in the chat, let me just quickly head over to euro dollar to see if we can start to see that coming through. Well, yeah, because, all right, yes, this is a bullish move. This is technically counter trend, but as we dive deeper into the trend, right, you can see potentially this is forming our next lower low. euro dollar going through. And what I like about this trade is the reaction from this bearish order block or this supply zone, right? And the liquidity sweep up here as well. And since then, the momentum has been to the downside. And if you look at the hourly time frame, you can see lower low created in the US session yesterday. We're now in retracement period. Could we see a move? Could this be the sell? Basically, is what I'm thinking. Euro dollar supply zone, break of structure, all that fundamental stuff going into it, into this supply zone, and then lower. That is a trade that I'm shaping up right now from a personal level. And that's my views, really. So it's been a choppy week, as we've discussed and as we've said in the chat. So I'm not expecting huge moves, and this trade might be something that doesn't even tag in till next week, but that's fine. But you can just see this is what professional traders do, especially when we're looking at position trades, not intraday stuff, but more position trades. All my intraday stuff is on my bot, so I don't mind. But these sorts of I wouldn't call them swings, but day trades position trades. I'm shaping this one up. So I'm going to keep this analysis there and we'll see how we get on. And okay, maybe people don't agree with me. Yeah, and I do have the other narrative as well. You remember, I'm just starting to paint a picture here, Frankenstein. I'm not completely sold on the idea, but to be fair, the stuff that Trump said, the slightly more hawkish tilt from the Federal Reserve than what we was expecting, inflation is falling, okay? The jobs market is solid enough. It's not collapsing off of a cliff. I wonder if we start to see some more credibility flows into the US. Now things are maybe starting to calm down politically, and that could feed into some dollar strength potentially. But as I said, I'm not completely sold on it, but I quite like it. So I appreciate the nice comments there. But it is choppy, and I'm trying to find the next big move. Let's say that. Okay, looking at gold. What does that mean for gold? Well, okay, we can simply say, okay, look at the state of this. I do apologise. We can simply sit here and say, okay, if that's the case, then gold should fall. But we know that there's other factors in play which affect the price of gold. There's certainly a situation where the dollar can rise with gold. So it's not like the relationship between the DXY and isn't as clear cut, right, as the relationship the DXY and euro dollar, of course, or the DXY and GBP USD or whatever. So what it may mean for gold is that we continue to be sort of trapped in this area of consolidation where, to be honest with you, not much is really happening since that big move. It's been a quiet one, hasn't it? Because you can see this. You could argue that somewhere around this area here is a good selling point, but there's also the higher time frame is still telling us bullish, and this could be a move at least up to come and take out probably 5-1 or maybe even 5-200. So gold is a bit more of a tricky one, and what I'm feeling from gold right now is very much a neutral feeling, and I think prices, as I said at the beginning of the week, I think they're going to continue to be squeezed within this range between 5-100 and 4-800. So for range traders, people who trade the range, we may look to see, okay, is 5-100 a good sell? Maybe back down to 4-800, or if we do dip back down to 4-800, is that a good buy? So, but as I said, the take profits here, I don't think it's as clear cut right now as going like it was last year. Dip in gold, let's target all-time highs. I think we have to be a little bit more careful and a little bit more smart about the way we operate. And Frankenstein is exactly right. I think if you took a trade on gold from where we are right now, I would consider that we're in a neutral zone, and I think you're guessing. So yeah. Goes out 234, first time to join Connor stream. Let's see how valuable this stream is. Let me know in the chat section, guys. Is my stream valuable to you? Is there anything else you'd want me to do in the streams? I'd like to think that I am bringing good value to you from a fundamental, technical, and also an automation point of view. But yeah, maybe I'm biased. Yeah, and agree with that. Agree with that. Agree with that. People in the chat section. If the US attacks Iran, yes, gold will fly. I imagine so. What about the Nasdaq? Good question on the Nasdaq. Where do we sit on the Nasdaq? I sit pretty much. Oh, we came down even lower. Look, we even come and took this out after filling that FVG. Again, not a great deal going on, to be honest, but there will be a move coming. that I can assure. For me, on the stock market, I personally still remain bullish on the stock market. Why? Very, very simple. Inflation's falling. The jobs market is remaining steady. That is the perfect, impossible soft landing scenario that people said that could never happen when the Federal Reserve hiked interest rates. And I'm going to probably be counter to what people like to criticize people, politicians and central bank governors and stuff. I'm going to put it out there. I think Jerome Powell has done an unbelievable job. You can disagree with me if you want, and I'm sure there's people that would come in and give me all of this jargon about what's not right, and nothing's ever going to be perfect, right? But let's just talk about the actual outline of everything, the facts, yeah? Inflation surged really, really high to levels like not, I'd say unprecedented levels, but like really high elevated levels. They had to hike interest rates. People could say that it was because of the mistakes before, yeah? This was the most aggressive Federal Reserve hiking cycle in history. Hiking interest rates literally, in really simple terms, cripples the economy. If you keep hiking interest rates, you will crash the economy. It slows the economy down. That's because it slows inflation down. So when inflation goes high, we hike interest rates to slow inflation down. But what happens as a result of that is you slow the economy down. Yeah. At the moment, I might eat some humble pie. But at the moment, they've managed to go through the most aggressive. Jerome Powell has navigated the most aggressive hiking cycle in history, yeah? Brought inflation down close to 2%, but the jobs market and the economy still hasn't crashed or fallen off a cliff or shown real significant signs of weakness. Of course, there's been some slowdown. That's like literally practically impossible. But overall, I'd say it's a pretty good job, right? So when I think about the stock market and the Nasdaq in this example, I would suggest that what we have right now is the soft landing scenario that people said 2 years ago could never happen. So I believe that the stock market can continue higher, and I like the fact that we've seen a higher low here, yeah. And I like potentially seeing that whether it happens this week or next week, maybe there needs to be some news catalyst, but we start to see an impulsive move to the upside, not just on the Nasdaq but on the S&P, and we start to make a move up to 26,000 and beyond. Do I think that the new chairman has a lot of pressure from Trump? Yeah, for sure. The one thing that really bugs me about my theory about the dollar and the more hawkish Fed and the only 3 interest rate cuts is that I just find it hard to believe that Trump has been going at Powell for so long. Sorry, I'm playing with this. He's been going at Jerome Powell for so long. Ousted him out of the Federal Reserve pretty much after his term ends to bring in someone who's really hawkish in nature. Something doesn't add up. And I actually think that the thing that would blow my theory out the water, and that's fine because I can follow the price action, I don't have to be right, is that he's already got it planned basically that when Warsh comes in, he's going to cut rates quickly. So yeah. Zash FD says that inflation is down, yet the FOMC have decided to hold rates. Yeah, okay, you could argue they're now being a little bit slow to cut rates, but they don't want. The thing is, if inflation's falling and the interest rates are where they are, I think they're probably within their right at the moment to hold rates where they are. They don't want to change too much because change can trigger something that's unexpected. So I sort of understand the reason why interest rates are being held a little bit. But I do agree that there is going to come a time, obviously, where rates come back down, especially if the inflation keeps falling. People only hated Jerome because instead of greeting them for a good morning with a cup of coffee, his greetings made people hit stop losses. Yeah. Yes. Suraj says that Kalex FC invited me. Hello to you, Kalex FX. Sorry, good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Yes, I do believe that the stock market can continue higher. Zahid says that he wants to become the new chairman. Go on, Zahid. We'll all vote for you, mate. Put your requests in. Peak analysis. Thank you very much, Fortune. I appreciate that. I promised Bitcoin, so I will continue on Bitcoin. Do you remember the trade idea that I showed you guys back on Monday? And it was basically quite a difficult trade, but it was because I knew that the markets were going to be quite slow this week. Painful stuff, to be honest. But this trade that I tagged on Monday evening did reach 0.8 to 1 risk reward, and you can see that it's just not doing anything. What else can I say? It's not really doing anything, to be honest. But you can see a little bit of this downward momentum continuing. But yeah, it's been a bit of a painful one, to be honest with you. Anyway. Let's just take a quick look at my EAs. Let's see how we're getting on. I'm going to be totally upfront with you guys. The strategies that I've got over the last 6 weeks, it's in a very normal drawdown period, actually. Me and my coder took a look at the statistics over the last 6 weeks on the gold strategy and the DAX, and it's not been. It hasn't made profit. And do you know what? The thing is about this, people think, oh, that means that the strategy isn't broken at all. It's well within its normal drawdown limits. And we were actually laughing to each other because one of the strategies made, I think it lost 8 trades in a row. Yeah? It lost 8 trades in a row. Okay? And then won 4 trades and ended up back in profit. Right? So it was a lesson, really, because I thought that if I'm allowed to and whatever, and if I bring these strategies to my mentorship, I don't know how many people out there, retail traders, and I'm going to be honest, have the stomach to see 8 losses in a row. But what I've realized from trading is completely normal. Your strategy can have a long-term edge and it can lose 10 trades in a row at some point. Now you have to ask yourself, how are you for the moment in time when your strategy is in 2 months of drawdown, 3 months of drawdown? Do you quit? Do you change? Do you strategy hop? Does your psychology go out the window? Because if so, you aren't ready to be a professional trader or a consistent trader. Yeah? Whereas me, I've sat through these periods. We sat through them last year, and then we got up to $15,000 in payouts by December last year in the space of 1 month. We actually found out that last year the strategies made. I think if you had 3 lots of 100k accounts, the strategies made $160,000 profit. Yeah, but only 4 months of the year were profitable. How crazy is that? How crazy was that when you think about that? It just goes to show, doesn't it? Like people really do have the wrong they have the wrong mentality when it comes to trading. Anyway, speaking of, Currently, I'm up $25 on the DAX sell. Yeah, it's moving okay, I suppose. It's barely doing anything, to be honest, but we've just had a nice break of this low down here if I zoom in. So maybe we're going to continue lower. There we go, Dejar FX. I would give up with 8 losses in a row. I don't blame you. I actually don't blame you. Like, I understand why you would feel that way, but it's the wrong attitude. I'm still yet to see anyone who can come to me and show me statements over like a 4 or 5 year period of backtesting when the strategy didn't lose at least 5 trades in a row at some point during an unprecedented event, during Trump introducing tariffs. People could lose, like, if you think about when you invest into the stock market, let's say you started investing this year, yeah. Like this year, and I'm not saying this has happened, but let's say you started investing this year and the stock market fell 15%. What would your investment manager tell you? That's just normal drawdown. Like, how come people don't treat trading the same way as investing? I know in nature it's higher risk, but like adopting the attitude of this is a long-term thing allows you to be able to sit through those drawdown periods, you know? Good 60Y. Hello to you. Just joined. What are you trading and where are you from? I am from the UK, live in Dubai. Market analyst, head of trading education. I'm trading automated systems that I've developed and also giving fundamental analysis. I'll let you guys tell him what I do as well. Giving value to you guys twice a week on the live streams. Anyway, guys, I'm actually already late to a meeting on this stream. Is there any last questions that anyone wants to ask me before I end it? I know I appreciate that it's probably 25 minutes earlier than usual. But yeah, is there any questions that anyone has for me that anyone wants me to answer before I leave the stream, or is everyone happy? There is one thing. Before I leave. I promised. When it comes to high impact news events today, nothing. There's nothing really to worry about. Unemployment claims later on today, and we had some Australian employment reports out. Look, there's nothing to worry about from a fundamental standpoint. And tomorrow, we've got what I call PMI day. I hate PMI day. I just find it so like it doesn't really give you any clear direction, but you just sort of get like you just get like a 10 pip spike and then it will reverse and then whatever. But PMIs are out tomorrow. But probably the event of the day and maybe the event of the week tomorrow is the core PCE price index, which is the Federal Reserve's primary gauge for inflation. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one. That will probably cause some volatility. Happy with the value. Thank you very much. The question is, reveal your strategy. Nice one. Listen, I will reveal my strategy to my premium members of my mentorship. I will be doing that. Don't you worry. Daniel says 1-0 to the Arsenal. There you go. Arsenal are bottom in the league, mate. Sorry to hear it. I actually think that maybe... no, actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. But if you bottle the league now... I'll come onto the stream a happy man. Maybe I'll give away 500k if Arsenal bottle the league. Good stuff. All right then, guys. Listen, thank you very much for tuning in on this Thursday afternoon, slightly earlier than usual. You can watch this. I support Chelsea, which isn't any better, but it just still makes me laugh. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know it was a bit earlier than usual. I'll be back live on Monday for our weekly preview stream, and I'll be doing the same giveaway again. I'll announce the winners of the giveaway in the Discord channel in roughly 20 minutes time. So keep an eye on the giveaway section of both channels. If you're not in the Discord channel, you can join it in the description below. Also, you can scan this QR code on your screen now, get access to my social media accounts, follow me on there, message me on there, and also you'll get access to our February promotion, or if you use code Connor at checkout, you'll get a discount for Atmos funded challenges as well. So feel free to do that. And until next time, guys, trade well, trade safe, have a good weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much.